Yeah, thank you very much for having me today. I think we had an interesting discussion by the panel with Marco Alexander Bright, and I like to comment on it because I think it's very important. We discussed if we have quantum computing companies in Germany and are they building platforms, and I think it's very important. We do have companies like Qdora, like IQM, like Electron, like Planck. They are building full stack systems, and I think it's very important to mention it. It's not that we are doing just applications in Germany, but nevertheless, my presentation concentrates on the QCI application projects, so I want to provide you an overview where we are at the moment, what are we doing, what are our next steps, and what are we thinking about the future. So in the discussion before, we talked already about 26 and the years to follow, and I think it's really interesting, or might be interesting also for you, what do we think about the future? So my position is I'm leading the quantum computing initiative within DLR. DLR is the German Aerospace Center, so we are doing a lot in high-tech, deep tech, operating satellites, research airplanes, basic research in the area of material science, for example. It's applied engineering research we are doing. And okay, that's the next slide. So what's QCI? QCI is part of DLR, and it's working like a hinge in the middle between our basic research and application groups on the left side. So activities in quantum computing, quantum technology, or no, quantum computing started already in 2016 in DLR, where we worked together with NASA to work on optimization problems. And on the right side, we do have the startups, the SMEs, the industry, and we started in 26, as already mentioned in the presentation before, in the panel before, with the initiative of the government. And the idea is that we work together with industry as an anchor customer, contracting certain parts or entire quantum computings to industry to develop the entire ecosystem and to apply the quantum computers and the developed algorithms to real-world applications. So our idea is we are working in the middle, and we are building the ecosystem, working together with the companies, and we providing access to the quantum computers developed in the future. If we have an overview, QCI in a nutshell, what's QCI? QCI is consisting of two innovation centers where we do have the hardware. So everything that is built within the QCI, quantum computers, prototypes, are placed in Hamburg and in Ulm. We have office space there, clean room, and laser labs. And at the moment, we have 11 hardware projects, and resulting out of those projects, because we have per hardware project sometimes more than one prototype, once we really succeed in all those projects, and that's something I don't really expect, I think we will see that we have some of the projects to be stopped or modified. But if we succeed in all cases, we will have by 26, 27, 16 quantum computers which will be made available. Overall, we are approaching since 2022, by next year, around 80 projects. Half of it, around 40 projects, will be focusing on application of quantum computing. We are working on our own platforms, and we are working also on external resources because we want to cover the entire chain of quantum computing. And what types of contracts do we have? If we have a look at the industry contracts, it can be found that we have entire quantum computing platforms, so the entire hardware chain, and enabling technology as industry contracts. So those projects are run by QCI, but there's no cooperation within DLR institutes. And on the right side, we have support for DLR application projects. So we do have own research projects where industry is kicking in and supporting our development to develop a use case further or to solve a certain problem together with the DLR research group. And sometimes we also have an independent developed use case as a further contract where industry takes a certain application, for example, in intermodal traffic, maritime traffic, for example, and this problem is modeled to work on a quantum computer, and we try to solve the use case together with industry. The specialty for us is that we do Europe-wide tenders. We finance fully, so 100% is paid. We provide the clean rooms for the hardware, the labs, office space, and of course we are doing a lot of community building with our activities like AFQC. Once a year we are bringing together the community to exchange about what's going on in quantum computing and to find a way how can we proceed in the future. If you have a look at the platforms we are developing at the moment, we do have several platforms under development and these centers: ion traps, neutral atoms, photonic technologies, so photonic quantum computing, other solid state spin systems, and we do have also the supply chain, so not just the NV centers, but also the production of diamonds and the surface processing of those diamonds. So we cover the entire chain from the left-hand side, development, for example, of diamonds, then entire platform based on diamonds, and then applications on those platforms, for example. So the entire chain from hardware to software is developed within the QCI, and we try to foster this development as far as possible, driving the ecosystem. And coming now to the application area. The applications of quantum computing within DLR are bound to the subjects that are relevant for DLR. I mentioned already we are applied engineering research institution, so all our application projects are more or less in the area of quantum machine learning because it's relevant for engineering problems. Optimization, for example, optimization of operations of satellites or of trajectories for research planes. Hybrid quantum HPC projects, where those systems work together. And of course, material science, we are doing a lot in the area of energy research, hydrogen, for example, battery cell development. Those four fields are basically the areas where we are active as DLR. And that's our focus, but of course, one can say if we work together with industry, sometimes problems are based on the mathematical foundation behind, are the same between, let me say, the finance and optimization of trajectories, for example. If we have now taken into account the platforms and the application areas, you find an overview on our website what projects we are doing at the moment. And from the left to the right, you see the name of the project. It might be a little bit small to read, but on the left, it's the hardware and our industrial partners, and on the right, it's the application, and in the middle, it's the software close to the quantum computers. And the left side of the slide is hardware, and I think it's mainly sovereignty, because it's important to be independent in Europe concerning the development of hardware and the enabling technologies. It's not that this is the economic leverage from our point of view, but it's important to be independent in Europe. And coming to the right side, the application side is very important for us to understand what's going on in this area, to enable and foster the transfer into industry, to leverage the economic use cases for the future. So left side, it's independent, and right side is important for the economy. If I have a look at some specific projects, for example, hybrid HPC work together. We do have projects, for example, where one on the upper left side, QC Ocane, it's hybrid computing with high performance computing together using causal inference, and we are combining their research in our own institutes on anomaly detection in machines. Here we do have an example of a gas turbine, I guess, is it, together with Airbus Defence and Space to detect anomalies with quantum computers really early, coming away from classical resources, going to quantum resources. And we are doing the same with TokaFlix, where we do have a fluid dynamics simulation, and we are trying here to develop or to go the step from neural networks to variational quantum solving algorithms, also together with industry. And we have projects like QC Mobility, where we have quantum computers in the different areas of mobility, maritime traffic, train traffic, for example, where we are currently looking for industrial partners or calling for industrial partners, where our interest is to find use cases, industry, SME to kick in and define use cases, specific use cases, provide the data sets to work together with our institutes. So within DLR, we have 55 institutes, and around half of the institutes are involved in all our research projects, and they are experts on the different research areas, and we need the use case, the specific data set, and that's our idea of working together with industry. Last but not least, we have also projects like the QC OptSense, where we have material development together with industry in the area of quantum computing. And development of the platform and fostering the use cases leads to the point that we have to provide our quantum computers also to the external world. And currently we are on our way to activate and to provide our platform. The name of the platform is QCI Connect. It's not yet online, but it will be by the end of the year activated. We are currently preparing the first quantum computers to be connected to our, let me say, front end. This front end is then responsible for the user management, and first and foremost, of course, it will provide within DLR all the machines located in Hamburg and in Ulm, will provide internal access to those machines, and then, of course, to all included partners within QCI, so our contracted companies. So our idea is that the companies developing the hardware also get information about the usage of the hardware, the use cases working on those machines, and further improvements, of course. But then in the future, it will also be used for further cooperations with other partners related to application cases within DLR, of course. So the idea behind is all our quantum computers of QCI will be connected to the QCI Connect. We will have digital twins also, simulators, analog computer, and maybe also HPC resources within one platform to secure the access and to provide the access for the industry, for interested users. And at the moment, those slides are the front-end slides at the moment. It's in development work done together with the company Planck and Define, so they develop at least parts of this access platform for us. And below you see the first machines that will be connected. So that's a machine built by Electron, Parity QC NXP, QC1, and we do have two NV Center-based quantum computers that are already within DLR, and they are at the moment connected to our platform. And all those computers implement the OpenQASM 2.0 platform to be connected, and at the end of the year we will bring those systems online, and the two black systems on the right side will be used initially to learn about how do the quantum computers work within QCI, and to learn how can we provide gates and train all the scientists and the industry partners on initial systems, because those systems are 4-qubit systems. It's not a huge system, honestly, but it's a good starting point. Most of our application projects are already started, and we have still some upcoming tenders. So you can have a look at the website of DLR, where we have sub-report links provided, where you can find, for example, for QC Mineral. Oh, I have to go back. Sorry. For QC Mineral, material science, energy research, mobility research, also here mobility research. So there are some tenders going on, but we are coming to an end very soon. So I think by beginning of next year, end of this year, we have published the last tenders, and then we are for the, I call it QCI 1.0, we are finished with starting new projects. Those upcoming tenders are just the industry use cases we are placing together with the already running DLR research projects. And the last slide, so we talked already about 26 and the years to follow, and I think Mr. Bright already mentioned very clearly that we are discussing internally with the Ministry of Economy already what should the future be and how can it look like. And I think it's very important for industry already now in 24 and 25 to get a clear vision or a clear idea what should the government or what is the government going to do in the future. in the years to come. And I think there will be decisions to be made in 26 how we should go on, and the clear signals must be earlier, already hopefully in 25. But at the moment for us it's clear that concerning the view on the platforms, and we're doing many platforms except superconducting platforms at the moment, that we have to increase the number of physical qubits. Okay, it's a no-brainer. Dependent on the respective technologies, because we do see different performance on different platforms, ion traps, neutral atoms. Scaling up is different on each platform, of course. But my idea is also that we are not going on with, let me say, 5 to 10 platforms in the future. It might be more or less 2 to 3 platforms in the future, scaling up to several hundred qubits, for example. Improve the qubit quality, of course, it's important to focus on error correction and the qubit quality to form logical qubits. And the transfer to economic applications must go on for industry and SMEs. We are not yet there that we do see the economically relevant quantum advantage. But as Mr. Bloss said, in 21 we started nearly without any ecosystem in Germany. And the National Academy of Science and Research stated already that we are now in a very good position after 3 years of development by the Ministries of Research and the Ministry of Economy. We do have a lively ecosystem in Germany, and if I compare it with Japan, for example, or with UK or with France, I think we are in very good position for the future to go on with our activities. I think it's now important to have a clear vision within Germany, what's cooperation, what's the technology focus, and what might be ways to approach the further, let me say, contracting or granting from the ministry in the future after 26. Thank you very much.